this. The new Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead.
As I'm sure you know, on Top Gear, if a car spends too long sitting around on the deck of an aircraft carrier, it eventually gets launched off the ramp thing down at the end. And this definitely isn't going to fly because it weighs 2.6 tons. So, let's be on our way.
This really isn't the sort of car you'd want to drop in the ocean. Largely because it costs £307,000.
That's £50,000 more than the Rolls-Royce Phantom Saloon, which we tested a few years ago, and which, I have to say, we liked rather a lot.
So, what are you paying the extra for, aside from the drop top? Well, you certainly get a lot more metalworking, because to keep the drop head's body rigid, Rolls gave it to their adoptive parents at BMW, who added another 460 feet of welding.
And they did that at their Centre for Aluminium Competence. I'm not making that up, that is what it's called. They're Germans.
Otherwise, it has the same 6 3/4 litre engine as the Phantom, the same top speed, and the same 0 to 60 time. So, the mechanicals are the same, but the image, very different.
The Saloon is the sort of car that you could hide in. You could sit in the back behind the tinted glass and just pretend to be selling Russian gas or whatever on your laptop.
But with the drop head, it'll be you who's doing the driving.
You don't really want to ride in the back of this car unless perhaps you're the Queen of England or Elton John, which is the same thing, really.
So, you'll be sitting up front for all the world to see in a car that's hardly discreet. And this is why I'm driving it around town at night, because the producer thought I'd be too embarrassed in daylight. But why would I be embarrassed? If this was truly vulgar, maybe, but it isn't. It's exquisite.
This lot don't do carbon fibre, but they will let you have this teak decking at the back, like you might find on a motor launch. And they will also let you have the bonnet finished in brushed stainless steel. And other car manufacturers are currently spending millions and millions of pounds on research into hydrogen fuel cells and hybrid drive. But Rolls-Royce spends the same money in its ashtray design department. Look at that.
Furthermore, you won't be overwhelmed by all the flashing lights and gizmos and gadgets that you'd find in a BMW 7 Series or a Maybach.
I don't have 10 different settings for the ride firmness. I don't have 5 different speeds at which the interior lights switch off when I close the door. It's more like a butler, this car. It just sort of takes care of everything for you and you don't even notice.
Like the Phantom Saloon, the drop head doesn't follow the herd. It has its own ideas about what a luxury car should be. You can't order a sports pack or a flappy paddle gearbox, but you can choose from 44,000 shades of paint.
And you know that teak decking? When you take the car for a service, a man in an apron oils it for you, like he might your favourite cricket bat.
And when it rains, yes, you call on an old-fashioned soft top instead of some trendy folding metal origami. But that soft top is lined with cashmere. And yet, for all its teak and stainless steel and cashmere, the drop head just doesn't come across as brash or in your face. I like to think that you could leave it in the rougher parts of town and no one would hurt it.
Yeah. Let's not try it out, though, eh?
This is, without doubt, a proper Rolls-Royce. Wonderful to drive, beautifully made. But there's something else.
Here's an amazing thing. Rolls-Royce is the most established marque in the history of motoring. It has the most pompous radiator grille. It has the most ridiculous mascot. And yet, this car's very, very cool. I think this might be the coolest car in the world.
You say it wasn't brash.
Yeah, it's not like a cloth at all.
What brash you mean you front?
La la.
I've got to say, I'm with you. It's an exquisite car. Trouble is, though, when the roof comes back, you know a cloche in a stupid restaurant where they go, da-da, it's kind of like that.
Oh, yeah, any more convertible at all tonight?
Yes, I know, and you sit in the damn thing, and it's like being in a convertible Range Rover. You're so high up. You feel so conspicuous.
I didn't feel conspicuous in it. The thing is, I believe deep in my heart that I look good in it and it suits me, because it's stylish and it's contemporary.
Every time I see you, those are the words that pop into my head. Stylish and contemporary.
Thank you.
After other words like, for instance, beige, Stanner stairlift, the war. Can you think of any more? Homosexual.
I object to the beige.